Hello students, this is AK Sharma Bio Classes. In the previous videos we have seen how the developmental changes occurred in human embryo. By the end of 40th week or completion of 9th month plus minus 7 days, head of the baby lying down and it's ready for birth. So the process of giving birth to young one is called parturition, and today we are going to learn parturition and lactation. The duration of pregnancy in human beings is about 9 months or plus minus 7 days, which is called gestation period. In fact, the gestation period is the time from conception to the birth of the young one. At the end of the pregnancy, vigorous contraction of the uterus causes delivery or expulsion of the fetus, and this process of giving birth to young one or expulsion of young one from the birth canal is called parturition. So parturition में क्या होता है? The full term young one or fully grown baby comes out from the mother's uterus through the birth canal due to a vigorous contraction of uterine muscles and cervix, and this is called the process of giving birth, and the process of giving birth to young one is called parturition, or it's also called labor. The process of parturition or giving birth is controlled by both nervous system and endocrine system or hormones. The process of parturition is induced by both nervous systems and hormones secreted by the endocrine glands of the mother. So it is also called neuroendocrine mechanism. So parturition is induced by neuroendocrine mechanism, and the signals for the childbirth or parturition is originated from the fetus, fully grown, fully matured fetus and placenta, and the signals from the fully grown fetus and placenta induce mild uterine contraction. So the mild uterine contraction induced by the fully grown fetus and placenta is called fetal ejection reflex, and this fetal ejection reflex causes the release of oxytocin from the maternal pituitary gland. The posterior lobe of the pituitary gland secretes oxytocin, posterior lobe of pituitary, and this oxytocin amount is increased just before and during the pregnancy or during the labor pain. So this oxytocin causes more stronger uterine muscles contraction, and which in turn stimulate further secretion of oxytocin. इसका मतलब है कि जितना ज़्यादा ऑक्सीटोसिन सेक्रेट होंगे उतना ज़्यादा यूट्राइन कॉन्ट्रैक्शन बढ़ते जाएंगे, और जितना ज़्यादा यूट्राइन कॉन्ट्रैक्शन बढ़ते जाएंगे उतना ही और ऑक्सीटोसिन का सेक्रेशन होगा. दैट मीन्स दिस इज अ पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म. मतलब जितना लेवल ऑक्सीटोसिन का बढ़ रहा है उतना ही कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस बढ़ रहे हैं, और कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस बढ़ेंगे लेबर पेन विल ऑल्सो बी इंक्रीज्ड, एंड दिस लेबर पेन जितना बढ़ते जाएंगे, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन जितना बढ़ता जाएगा उतना ही और ऑक्सीटोसिन रिलीज के लिए इंड्यूस होता जाएगा पोस्टीरियर लोब ऑफ पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड ऑफ मैटरनल बॉडी. तो इस तरह से दिस बिकम्स अ पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म, एंड दिस प्रोसेस इज कंटिन्यूड. ये प्रोसेस चलता रहेगा unless until the baby comes out from the uterus of the mother. So this process is continued, leading to expulsions of the baby out of the uterus through the birth canal, and the expulsion of the baby out of the uterus through birth canal is called parturition. Now parturition is over, the baby has come out, the delivery of the baby has occurred, so this is called parturition. But there are 3 stages of birth or labor pain. So we can divide the labor pain in 3 stages. The first stage is dilation stage, second stage expulsion stage, and third one is after birth stage. First stage is dilation stage. What happens in this stage? Onset of labor pain. Labor pain is caused due to fetal ejection reflex, due to mild uterine contraction that was induced first by fully grown fetus and placenta. So onset of labor pain to complete dilation of cervix, the stage of onset of लिवर पेन स्टार्ट होने से लेकर के सर्वाइक्स के कंप्लीट डायलेशन तक का स्टेज को डायलेशन स्टेज कहेंगे. एंड दिस लास्ट फॉर 6 to 12 आवर्स, 6 से 12 घंटे के बीच ये स्टेज होता है. एंड देयर विल बी रेगुलर कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ यूटेरस ड्यू टू रिलीज ऑफ मोर ऑक्सीटोसिन. सो इस तरह से रेगुलर कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस ऑफ यूटेरस चलता रहेगा due to more release of oxytocin from the posterior lobe of pituitary gland, and this causes rupturing of amniotic sac. आपने देखा था amniotic sac which encloses the fetus, and there was a cavity which cavity was filled with amniotic fluid, and that protects the child from shock and stress. तो अब क्या है, वो amniotic sac rupture हो जाएंगे and the flow of amniotic fluids will be there out through vagina, and it will come out through vagina. So we call it watering. Watering will start. That amniotic fluid will start coming out of the vagina, and this causes complete dilation of cervix, and there will be secretion of relaxin hormone. This hormone causes complete dilation of cervix. अब जब सर्वाइक्स इज कम्प्लीटली डायलेटेड, सर्वाइक्स कम्प्लीटली डायलेट हो गया, देन द बेबी विल बी रेडी टू कम आउट और टू एक्सपेल आउट ऑफ द बर्थ कैनाल, आउट ऑफ द यूटेरस. यहाँ रिलैक्सिन हार्मोन सिक्रेट होते हैं. रिलैक्सिन हार्मोन का रोल क्या होता है? इट इंक्रीजेज फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द प्यूबिस सिम्फाइसिस. सर्वाइक्स को डायलेट करता है. सर्वाइक्स डायलेट होगा तो इट कैन ऑल्सो give some relief from the labor pain, because if cervix will be dilated, so it will be easy for the baby to come out of the uterus. So cervix dilate hone se it becomes easy for the baby to come out, so labor pain temporarily reduced, or mothers get temporary relief from the labor pain. Now let us see the second stage. Second stage will be the expulsion stage. Expulsion stage is the result of the dilation stage. Lasts for 10 to 60 minutes. And in this stage, what happens? Baby passes through the dilated cervix and vagina birth canal, and it is delivered. And after delivery, the stage will be the third stage, that is placental stage or after birth stage. After birth, what is done? The umbilical cord which is attached to the baby, navel of the baby, it is cut off. One end of the umbilical cord is attached to the baby, another end is attached to the mother. So still the mother part is fixed, but baby part is cut off. अब आफ्टर बर्थ स्टेज में क्या होगा कि डिलीवरी ऑफ द बेबी के विद इन 30 to 45 मिनट्स में एक बार फिर से देयर विल बी अ लेबर पेन, अ पावरफुल यूट्राइन कॉन्ट्रैक्शन विल बी देयर. ड्यूरिंग दिस कॉन्ट्रैक्शन द प्लासेंटा एंड रिमेनेंट्स ऑफ अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड जो वहाँ रह गए हैं मदर्स बॉडी में, मदर्स यूट्राइन वॉल में, दैट विल बी रप्चर्ड एंड दैट विल expel out from the maternal body after parturition, and this stage is called placental stage or after birth stage. So there are three stages of labor pain. First stage is dilation stage, second stage is expulsion stage, and third stage is placental or after birth stage. Now the baby is delivered. Baby has to be nourished. So nourishment is procured by the mammary gland of the mother. So mammary gland produces milk towards the end of the pregnancy, and by the process is called lactation. The female's mammary gland undergo differentiation during pregnancy and start producing milk towards the end of the pregnancy and after the birth of the young one. ठीक है. अब इसमें कुछ रोल्स हार्मोन्स के होते हैं लैक्टेशन में. सम रोल्स आर प्लेड बाय हार्मोन्स. लेट अस सी one by one which hormone plays what role. Role of estrogen and progesterone. This influence the development of mammary glands at the puberty in females. Prolactin, it is secreted from the anterior pituitary lobe, and this causes secretion and storage of milk after birth of the young one. Within 24 hours of the birth, there will be secretion and storage of the milk in the mammary alveoli, in the mammary gland. The hormone which will cause ejection of milk from the breast or from the mammary gland when it is sucked by the infant. Milk will be yellowish milk which is produced during the initial few days of lactation after birth, after delivery. After delivery, the yellowish milk which is produced during initial few days of lactation is called colostrum. So colostrum is the first milk which comes from the mammary gland of the mother just after childbirth for 2 or 3 days, and this colostrum is very important for the baby. So it is must to be given to the babies so that baby get complete nourishment and complete protections and immunity. How? Because colostrum contains several antibodies, and the antibodies name is IgA. IgA is present in the colostrum, which is very essential to develop resistance for the newborn baby and provides immunity to the body, and it also contains some nutrients, and it is rich in protein. Which protein? The two proteins are there. The protein's name is lactoalbumin and lactoprotein. This is lactoalbumin and lactoprotein rich milk, and it is low in fat, and this milk consists of water, organic and inorganic substances. Its main constituents are fat droplets will be there, milk protein will be there, milk casein protein is also there, lactose sugar, some mineral salts will be there, calcium, potassium, phosphorus, and vitamins will be there. But this milk does not contain vitamin C, or it is present in very small quantity, and milk is poor in iron content. Poor in iron content. We have seen that the composition of milk, it provides the complete nutrients. That is why it is called wholesome food. Mother's milk is called as wholesome food because it provides all the nutrients to the child, and it is rich in protein, it is rich in low fat, it is rich in sugar, it is rich in mineral salts, it is rich in vitamins except vitamin C, and minerals like iron are deficient. They are not present in much quantity in the milk, but except these two, all the nutrients are present in milk. That is why it is called wholesome food. And let us see some disorders related to human reproduction. First one, the disorders related to female reproduction. Teratogeny. Teratogens are certain agents or drugs that causes abnormal development in developing embryo or fetus. It may cause malformation, so it causes abnormal delivery. This is caused due to consumption of some teratogens, some agents, some drugs by mother. Ectopic pregnancy, that's very important. Ectopic pregnancy, the development site of the fetus is generally uterus. In uterus fetus develops, but if developmental site of the fetus changes, it becomes other than the uterus, like fallopian tube, cervix. If fetus starts developing in fallopian tube, cervix, not in uterus, then this is ectopic pregnancy. We can see this ectopic pregnancy here. This is normal pregnancy. The pregnancy of the child is in the uterus, but here this child is developing in the fallopian tube. This kind of pregnancy is called ectopic pregnancy. So the growth of fetus may cause tube to rupture and bleed, and sometimes it lead to miscarriage. But this can be diagnosed by ultrasound, and the fetus may be removed from the laparoscopy. Now some disorders related to menstruation. Let us see. First one, dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea is painful menses. If menstruation is painful, then it is called dysmenorrhea. Oligomenorrhea if it is infrequent menstruation. Menorrhagia is excessive menstruation. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा menstruation हो, then it is called menorrhagia. Amenorrhea is non-occurrence of menses. If menses is not occurring, if it is skipped, then it is called amenorrhea. And another one is oophorocytosis. This is disorders related to ovary. So oophorocytosis or cystosis. Ovarian cysts are fluid-filled tumors of the ovary, and this causes ovarian cyst, and ovarian cysts are fluid-filled tumors of the ovary, and such cysts sometimes rupture and regresses during pregnancy. We can see here, we can see the follicular cyst in the ovary, and this is called oophorocystosis. Another one is infertility. Infertility in women is inability to become pregnant. If a woman is unable to become pregnant, then this is called infertility in women. Now let us see some disorders related to male reproductive system. BPH, benign prostatic hypertrophy. This is the enlargement of prostate gland. Prostate gland becomes enlarged, gets enlarged. It often causes in old age, causing frequent night urination. ये ज़्यादातर ओल्ड एज में होता है, जिसकी वजह से फ्रीक्वेंट नाइट यूरिनेशन होने लगते हैं. Untreated BHP may lead to kidney damage. You can see here, this is the normal prostate gland, and here the prostate gland is enlarged, and this is called prostatic hypertrophy. Next one is prostate carcinoma. This is prostate cancer. It is the cancer of the prostate which may grow unnoticed up to the stage of metastasis. Metastasis is the stage when the cancer of one part may spread to the other part also. So here this is a prostate cancer. We can observe this is the cancer of the prostate carcinoma. Impotence. It is the inability of the adult male to achieve a penile erection. If a male is not able to achieve a penile erection, so his penis is not erected, then it is called impotence. Sterility. Sperms are unable to fertilize the ovum due to low count or less motility. If sperms produced are not able to fertilize the ovum due to its low count and less motility. Oligospermia is the condition when there is low count sperm and less motility as sperms are present in the semen. This condition is called oligospermia. Now let us check your grasp, how much you have understood. The yellowish milk produced during the initial few days of lactation is called colostrum, callosum, lactogen, prolactin. The process of giving birth to young one is called micturition, parturition, implantation, gastrulation. Heart of the fetus is formed after 1 week of pregnancy, after 1 month of pregnancy, by the end of first trimester, by the end of second trimester. Name the hormone that causes stronger uterine muscles contraction during labor. Relaxins from the placenta, oxytocin from the fetal pituitary, oxytocin from maternal pituitary, and HCG from placenta. Thank you. Have a nice day. This is the end of this chapter, human reproduction, and the next chapter is reproductive health. Will start in the next video. Stay home, stay healthy.